Hello everyone. Well, myself Dr. Rajeshwari HV, working as an assistant professor in chemistry, JSS Arts, Science and Commerce College, Gokak. This is my third video on the chapter Quantum Mechanics of BSc Final Year Chemistry Paper 1. In this session, let us learn about Davison-Germer experiment. From the previous video, we had understood the de Broglie's matter wave equation, how to derive the de Broglie's matter wave equation. De Broglie proposed that every moving particle is associated with a wave called as matter wave. He combined the Einstein's equation, that is E is equal to mc square, and Planck's equation E is equal to h nu, and arrived at the de Broglie's hypothesis, that is lambda is equal to h by mc, that is lambda is equal to h by mc, where h is the Planck's constant, lambda is the wavelength, m is the mass and c is velocity of the particles. And de Broglie's hypothesis regarding the wave character of electron received the first experimental support from C.J. Davison and L.H. Germer from USA. And in this experiment, electrons were emitted from the hot filament and were accelerated between 40 to 68 volts before striking the plate. So let us understand this with a diagram. So this diagram illustrates the Davison-Germer experiment. Using the hot filament, this is the hot filament, electrons were generated and it is accelerated to about 40 to 68 volts. And the beam of electrons, that is accelerated electron, is bombarded on the nickel plate. A diffraction pattern is obtained which is recorded in movable detector. The diffraction pattern obtained for the electron was almost similar to the diffraction pattern obtained for the X-ray. So we know that the diffraction, interference, reflection, refraction, these are all the properties of the light. If the diffraction pattern obtained for X-ray and the diffraction pattern obtained for the electron is similar, so by this we can conclude that the electron has a wave nature as well as the particle nature. The Bragg's equation, that is 2d sine theta is equal to n lambda, is applicable. If it is applicable for X-ray, it is also applicable for a moving electron. So this was the experiment done by Davison and Germer in 1927. So Davison and Germer confirmed that de Broglie's hypothesis for electrons through the experimental evidence, because the electrons produced a diffraction pattern similar to X-rays. So since X-ray has a wave property, definitely the beam of electron should have the wave property. Now using the expression, that is lambda is equal to h by 2 EmV, where E is charge, M is mass and V is a volts. Since electron is accelerated by applying the voltage of 54 volts, it is substituted in the expression and h is the Planck's constant. We come out with the answer, that is lambda is equal to 1.6668 Armstrong. It is nothing but the wavelength of X-rays. So through this we can confirm that the beam of electrons, accelerated electrons, are similar to the X-ray diffraction. So the Bragg's equation applicable to the X-ray is also applicable to the beam of electrons. In the Bragg's equation, n is the whole number of wavelength, lambda, and lambda is the wavelength, n is the whole number, and d is the distance between the successive lattice planes of the crystal, and theta is the grazing angle of the wave. So, well, students, the de Broglie's hypothesis was confirmed by the Davison-Germer experiment. So, every subatomic moving particle has a dual nature. It can behave like a particle as well as the wave. And for the added evidence is given by Heisenberg's uncertainty principle, and he proposed that the position and the momentum of a subatomic moving particle cannot be determined simultaneously and accurately, which is mathematically given by the expression delta x into delta p is equal to h cross divided by 2 pi, or delta e into delta t is equal to or greater than h cross by 2 pi. Now finally, the de Broglie's equation and the Heisenberg's uncertainty principle gave the stepping stone to the development of quantum mechanics. Now using the quantum mechanics, we can get a better picturization of the atom. Erwin Schrödinger, who is the father of quantum mechanics, developed the quantum mechanical model for the hydrogen atom. And the important parameter used by the Schrödinger is psi, as I told previously. A psi is nothing but a wave function, and this represents the amplitude of the wave. Amplitude is nothing but the energy of the wave. Whereas psi square will gives the probability of the wave. So finally, an electron, we cannot pinpoint an electron. So we can only find the probability of the electron. So wherever there is thick cloud, we say the electron is present. The electron is compared with that of the cloud. Now if this is the nucleus and there are three coordinate axes, wherever the thick cloud is present, we say the electron is present there. Now we are moving from an orbit concept to an orbital concept. So now we are finally moving from the orbit concept to an orbital concept. So according to Bohr's theory, the position and momentum of an electron can be determined simultaneously and accurately in the orbit, which is actually wrong, because electron has a dual nature. We cannot pinpoint an electron, we can only find the probability of the electron. So what is an orbital? An orbital is nothing but the three-dimensional space around the nucleus. These are the three coordinates x, y and z. This is the nucleus. So if this is an electron cloud around the nucleus, an orbital, I am representing an s orbital. It has a spherical shape. It's a three-dimensional space around the nucleus. How do we define an orbital? It is the three-dimensional space around the nucleus where there is maximum probability of distribution of an electron. So in an orbital, we can only find the probability of the electron. We cannot pinpoint the electron. So Erwin Schrödinger developed the Schrödinger equation for the hydrogen atom, and he expressed the 4 quantum numbers are required to describe the state of the hydrogen atom. And this was the new era of the quantum mechanics. It started from the Schrödinger. So well, students, so we have understood the main topics in the quantum mechanics, like what is photoelectric effect and de Broglie's matter wave equation and Davison-Germer experiment to prove the de Broglie's matter wave equation. In fact, the quantum mechanics is a very huge topic, and we say that the soul of chemistry itself is in quantum mechanics. Still, we have to learn many more things in the quantum mechanics. Thank you.